And at center from Orani, Bataan, number 8, Bedwin Ginto. Coaching the bossing is Jeff Carriazo. From Ilocos Norte, number 1, Kai Balungay. Coaching the Fuel Masters is Willie Wilson.
He was one of their leading scorers and was playing so well before he got hurt and hasn't played since.
First touch of this ball game will be to the Phoenix Fuel Masters. We're seeing a lot of talented names there. What do you think is needed to finally put it together and give it a good run here in their final games of the Philippine Cup?
Well, one, the consistency of Christian David, whose numbers have been very low as of late. He was the top player in their only win, their first match of the Philippine Cup. Number 2, of course, the continued development of Panopio, Fairfield, and David as they try to play well together and bring out the best in one another.
That will not work though for the defense of Blackwater. Wide open was the driving lane right down the middle for Tyler Teo. Bradwin Ginto, hand off to David. They locate Bearfield against a much bigger defender in Perkins, so he swings it to the other side. Jed Mendoza from the short corner gets his 2 points.
He was a heavy scorer when he used to play for JRU in the NCAA. Eventually made his mark in the PBA 3x3, found home with the Magnolia Hot Shots, and has now moved over to the Blackwater Bossy.
In and out on the 3-point try coming from Kenneth Tuppin as Mendoza will be pushing. Steps into a 3. Good line, just a tad strong. Counter attack here for Perkins. Kicks it out to Tyler Teo. Extra pass to Brian Santos. Balungay relocates to the corner and he sinks the 3. 7-4 is the count. 3-point advantage for the Phoenix Fuel Masters. Perkins gets comfy as he rattles home the jumper.
Again, that's his big advantage over Ginto, forcing Ginto outside of the restricted zone, and then uses perimeter skills to score against the big man Ginto.
Good switch back on defense. Oh, but they lose Escoto. Lucky break there for Phoenix as Escoto could not hit the mid-range jumper. Top ball screen action, Tyler Teo to Brian Santos with space, and he connects from deep. Timeout now early in this ball game. Your other players throughout the course of the ball game, Coach Ronnie.
But at present, even Bearfield is not delivering here for Blackwater, and they score off a timeout, timely basket that they needed, as Phoenix has been streaking and scoring heavily against their inside defense and even their 3-point line defense.
Perkins against David this time, spins away from him, and he will finish. My goodness, what a move coming from Jason Perkins.
And again from the outside going in.
Reliable for the Phoenix Fuel Masters, the centerpiece of this franchise. 10 points, no, with a boot ratter.
Correct.
As Perkins says, well, welcome to this ball game, to a boot ratter, to former De La Salle Green Archers, who we congratulate for making it to the finals of UAP men's basketball competitions.
Twice to beat his advantage. Will face UP again in the finals for the 3rd straight year. Is that correct?
Asa natin yan, I don't.
I think you wanted to say I don't care.
I said count.
Oh, I was
Coach.
talking to myself.
You can't suspend me.
I was talking to myself, by the way.
16-6 is the count. 3-point shot from Brian Santos. Many weapons chipping in those first 12 minutes.
Well, there's no doubt that Jason Perkins set it.
Good pass
Nice
to Jason
pass.
Perkins, and that is a bucket. Not enough quickness on defense coming from Blackwater, leaving that opening.
And Perkins and Santos have really hurt the half-court defense of Blackwater. They have scored 14 of the first 21 points and have outscored the entire team of Blackwater.
5 from the field in the first quarter, plus 12 when he was in the game, but it wasn't just him. As they find fall-away jumper, that will not work out. For Cruz Dumont, he kicks it out. Panopio will try from deep, and it's good for 3. And he will surely push. Oh,
Wow.
no, look past the Balungay for the two-handed throwdown.
The defense thought that Nelly was going to go to Richie Rivero, but it always helps when one of your bigs decides to go rim run. Excellent feed coming from Nelly.
One of the fanciest playmakers we have in the PBA right now. That's a hard launch between the partnership of Evan Nelly and Kai Balungay, but Abu Trotter able to get those 2 points right back. One-on-one against RJ Azul. Slide push-off. The jumper's pure. Back up to 12. 65 seconds remaining in your first quarter. Dalf Panopio pull-up jumper. Good for 2. Abu Trotter fakes handoff to Cruz Dumont. Abu now moving against Taha. The hook will fall in.
Points off the bench, at least a total of 10. Make that 12. Coming from Dumont Trotter and Dalf Panopio. That's 12 of the first 21 points in the second unit players of the Bossing.
Una also helping out.
Right,
so you can get contributions from the second unit of Coach Jeffrey Carriazo.
That's over 50% of their first quarter output coming from players off the bench.
Evan Nelly, bounce pass. Balungay with another throwdown.
Well, the pass was outstanding.
Second slam of Kai Balungay in this first quarter, and that will cap a huge second quarter with Cruz Dumont, Abu Trotter, Dalf Panopio, James Una, and BJ Andrade as a 5 for Coach Jeffrey Carriazo. Panopio sinks his second 3-ball of this game for Phoenix as they will get possession back of a loose ball foul. Another no-look pass, the extra pass! And Kai Balungay had real intentions with that one.
Look good from our end.
Tops for days for Kai Balungay. I hope we get another opportunity for him, similar to that. Meanwhile, Panopio leaves this one short. Evan Nelly with a rebound. Richie Rivero with a getaway, the bucket and the foul.
Has that in his arsenal. And then the offhand finish.
Cruz Dumont.
Oh.
Almost losing the basketball. David launches for 3, and it's good.
Has to be more aggressive looking for his shots. Has to do more for Blackwater. Although it cuts a double-digit deficit to a single-digit lead right now for Phoenix.
Counter 3-point shot won't go for Richie Rivero. And now Andrade is on the push for Blackwater. David just scored his first 3 points. The heat check won't work. Richie Rivero recovers after the bump from Mendoza. Azul, quick trigger, good for 3.
And of course, accuracy from the outside.
Zone defense here on the 2-3 for the red shirts. Perkins will try to beat them from the outside. He rattles home another 3. He has 13. Bearfield driving and finishing with a lefty layup.
Point of attack in the post block for Blackwater.
That's Panopio with a sneaky extra pass to Richard Escoto. Christian David against Kenneth Tuffin. Great strong defense coming from Tuffin. Still, he gets beaten by Christian David. Now Blackwater is getting into a flow.
Outscoring Phoenix in the quarter. 15 against 10. Better half-court defense, more commitment in terms of containing their individual matchups.
They go inside to Prince Caperal against Abu Trotter. Caperal, you know that he is more adept as a face-up player. Missing the one-hander, but he recovers. Tyler Teo knows he has some time to work with. No-look pass to Tuffin. Baseline attack. Tuffin with a strong finish.
And that has been intentional for Phoenix.
Now they could slow it down and opt for the final shot. They don't care though, as Prince Caperal blocks the shot of Panopio. All right, you have the option to watch on Filipinas Live or the YouTube page of One Sports to still follow PBA action immediately. A 3-point shot coming from Troy Malilin, his first basket of the ball game, as Coach Jeffrey Carriazo switched up some of his starters, Panopio and Troy Malilin, getting the opportunity to open this third quarter. Instant impact for Troy.
And an aggressive Cedric Bearfield augurs well for Blackwater. Nice hammer play execution in their first possession earlier.
Oh, look at this. Back-to-back triples. Sorry, just a long two for Dal Panopio, so that will be a 5-0 start for the Blackwater bossing in this second half.
5 points in under a minute for Blackwater, closest they've been since being behind by 16 in quarter one at 27-11.
Perkins fighting for the loose ball. He recovers. Outside shot will be good. A long two as well for Kenneth Duffin.
That's a big reply coming from the field Kiwi, as there were five straight points poured in the first two possessions by Blackwater earlier.
May halong swerte na rin. Napulot na lang yun. Itong si Perkins from the corner. Christian David missing. What was an open jumper for him. Tyler Theo on the early attack. Shovel pass to Perkins for three. Won't go. Rebound picked up by Tuffin. All alone down low.
Again, the nose for the basketball. 5 points on the counter coming from Ken Tuffin. And to stay away from that 48 all stand-up earlier. 11 in the game for Ken Tuffin.
A long two earlier, now a basket inside. Quick burst of 4 points. Meanwhile, Bearfield continues to miss from the outside. Tyler Theo pushing. He was instructed to go on the attack early as he gets the layup to drop.
5-point run to tie the scoreline at 48 apiece, but giving up 7 straight points here. Referring to Blackwater, we're now behind by this much.
Bearfield using the screen. They trap him. His pass lands with David, who will be fouled.
On the other side, assistant coach Joe Silva shared how they talked about taking advantage of Phoenix not having a shot blocker because they got back to the game because of their successful downhill attacks.
Cedric
Nice.
with a strong finish. Again, the attacking, the downhill drives working out well for Bearfield and Blackwater.
Definitely David and Bearfield much better players when they attack inside instead of settling for 3-point shots all the time.
Malungay elbow jumper, no good. Perkins with the offensive rebound. Theo to the corner to Santos, who will not pull the trigger. 8 seconds remaining in the shot clock for the Fuel Masters. Theo with 3 to shoot. He forces it up and in.
Tough shot for Tyler Theo. Panopio was right there to defend. 8 in the game for the regular starter of Coach Willie Wilson.
That was an emergency shot as Bearfield goes hard on the other side.
Bearfield, who did not score in the first 12 minutes of this contest.
And Jason Castro.
Jason Castro,
So I'm sure he was able to pick up things from those veterans that will help him even in his performance now in the Southeast Asian Games 7 years later. Malilin set a pass to Panopio. Baseline drive. Kicks it out to David. The swing to Bearfield. Great ball movement. And finally, a triple for Cedric Bearfield. Abu gives the screen to free up Bearfield, who draws the offensive rebound, but it will be Christian David who scores the go-ahead basket. They go to the percentage. Perkins versus Christian David. Will there be a double? No, there won't. So he cooks him alive as Jason Perkins responds to ties the ball game.
Not enough resistance on the part of Christian David. And suddenly, Jason Perkins was right underneath.
Good block coming from Richie Rivero as Brian Santos will complete the stop. Richie attacking middle, all alone now for the Jellies.
Motion of Cedric Bearfield.
He covers so much ground with those 2 steps.
Mo pa naka-breakdown.
If I could get tickets, I'll watch that ball game first. I'll watch those ball games for sure. Pull-up jumper from Bearfield to beat the buzzer.
And again and again and again. We hardly mentioned his name in the first quarter together with David, but right now, these two really humming, making sure that Blackwater stays in the hunt.
Perkins open, jumper, will get the bounce. But all of that created because Richie Rivero drew the attention somehow of Abu Tratter. But now Bearfield, the drive, couldn't finish. Rebounds for Tuffin, and they're pushing. Richie leaves it for Tuffin. Attacks inside, leaves it for Perkins. The 3-point shot is gone for Big Perk. Now he hands it off to Mendoza. They're trying to free up Cruz to go on the pass. Is tapped, recovered. Mendoza, one-hander's good.
Excellent reaction time coming from Jed Mendoza. Off a broken play, a floater to stop this third quarter surge coming from Phoenix, cutting the lead to 3.
Evanelli attacking, adjusting midair and getting the bounce on that hang time finish. Richie Rivero off the spin, fakes the step through. Richie, a talented finish. Everything changed when he came back into this ball game for the Fieldmasters.
Right. He has fueled the pace back here for Phoenix.
Jumper sweet for Abu Tratter as they get a stop. What a tight pass coming from Nelly. Santos gathers and he will take it strong.
Tremendous setup once again from Nelly. All you have to do is make the shot. Although Brian Santos had to be creative in that last sequence. A very inside basket for Brian Santos.
Not really
for a total of
his
8 points.
cup of tea. Usually a pick and popper. Mendoza into deep. Abu, another jumper. High looper for Abu.
Literal extended right elbow. And that's something that Gilas will need in the Southeast Asian Games.
Sure. And Santos gives it back to Evanelli. They swing it. Richie fakes a 3 and then dances against Abu Tratter. Oh boy! Welcome to the highlight.
That time, Phoenix 18 points, Blackwater 10.
Snatch back, step back, wet on the jumper. Richie Rivero hesitated, leaves it to Perkins. The jumper is good for Big Perk.
And that's why that short rest is so important for Jason Perkins, because you know for a fact that he will be the finisher or a finisher.
But a quick move on the other side for Dalf Panopio,
On
getting
wrong
those
foot.
2 points right back.
Impressive move coming from Dalf Panopio once again. Makes it.
He also gives credit to Coach Willie for giving him the chance to show off his handles that has allowed him to click more with their system as we have been seeing. Carlo, Coach Ronnie.
Thank you so much.
Truly,
Melvin Morio.
Yes.
Meanwhile, we have a bucket, a counter coming from the Blackwater bossing. Kwekute launches. But a 3-point shot rims out. They recover though. Perkins will try and he will convert from deep.
Just a complete overall package is Jason Perkins. But then again, I talked about Fairfield, a much better player when he is attacking the basket, which he did earlier.
David gets it right back as they're staying punch for punch for the Phoenix Fieldmasters, but they will need stops. They cannot just exchange. Look at that finish from Richie.
Someone has to stay in front of Richie Rivera and disallow Richie from continuously attacking the basket.
David goes to the left side. The
Nice.
lefty finish is good.
As a passer and as a finisher as well.
Pick out the Kwekute. He will try from deep. That's way short. Rivero fights for it but saves it to the wrong man. Dalf Panopio. Christian David, 3-point shot is good. His second of this final quarter.
The value of pushing the pace before the defense is set. No one home against Christian David, who has also come up big since being very quiet in quarter 1. Total of 14 points, 17 points for Christian David.
And then another takeaway. Panopio. They go to Malilin, who scores on the layup. Richie
What a
on the
pass by
early
Richie.
attack. Perkins breaks away.
2 free throws. That's for Phoenix to increase this 6-point edge.
27 points, 6 boards for Jason Perkins. Meanwhile, a sweet finger roll for Richie Rivero. Panopio swings it to David. Now Jet Mendoza made a 3 earlier, gets another one here.
And again, the corner push on the pass, the forward pass.
2:50 remaining. Barefield gets the mid-range jumper to drop, and it's just a 5-point game.
And this is where the finishers should be at their best. Your go-to players to deliver the much-needed points or even to create the biggest defensive stops.
Tyler Theo downhill, kicks to the corner. Tuffin, a huge 3-point shot for Kenneth Tuffin.
What about that penetration coming from Tyler Theo? And that's why, as they always say, don't leave the corner shooters stay home.
Fairfield goes to Malilin. He will try from deep. Rims out. Rebound for Abu Tratter. Oh, banging inside. Goes to the step through. Gets the end one.
Never easy.
Theo using the ball screen coming from Perkins. 6 to score. Perkins attacking. Perkins on his strong side. He bangs it home. They trap Tyler. The pass to Perkins. Elbow jumper, sweet. And he wants to put the finishing touches in this Phoenix win. Fairfield, will keep them in the game. That's a 4.
Perkins was going for the jugular. Is it already a 30-point game for Jason Perkins?
And tag team with Jason Perkins to lead the Phoenix Masters to this hard-earned victory, 106 to 98.